Hello, people of the internet. It is I, GareBear890, back again. Finally, it's been quite a while. So I had a number of people be like, "Hey, man, where are you?" And by a number of people, I mean absolutely no one. So I decided, hey, it's time to let's get back into it. So this is going to be a pickups video. I don't have a ton, but I do have a fair amount. It's been a number of months, so I've had some pretty sweet pickups since then. So let's dive into it. Okay, so starting us off, this is one that I had my eye on forever, but I just never saw it in the wild and just never pulled the trigger until now. And it was because it was one of the better rated 3D games for the PS3, and that is MotorStorm Apocalypse. So I have the original plus Pacific Rift, and so I was like, dude, you gotta finish it off. So yeah, pick this up. $19.57. Completed box and an awesome game, and it does look phenomenal in 3D. Actually, pretty cool. And they have lots of explosive sets, and the whole race will change, every lap. So I thought that was a really neat feature. And then up next, this is one that I always had my eye on, and I love the idea of it. And it is Hyrule Warriors: Age of Calamity. So I thought it was a really cool idea that they're like, hey, a lot of time passed in Breath of the Wild, 100 years that Link was asleep, and so this kind of shows what happened in that 100 years, where you have Zelda, and all the heroes battling, Calamity Ganon and all his guardians and cohorts. So I grabbed this when it was on sale for $29.99. So it taxed $32.15 at Best Buy. Brand new copy. All right, now this one, it's been a little controversial, and I wasn't planning on picking it up, and I said I wasn't gonna pick it up, but I was so excited because it's absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. And that is The Last of Us Part 1. So this is a ground up remake of The Last of Us. Now, a lot of people were not happy because, while it's a great game, it's not even 10 years old. So everyone's like, why are you remaking this game and charging $70, full price? It's pretty ridiculous. But I think that there is actually a lot more to this than we thought. I had a coupon plus my $5 coupon at GameStop, so I was able to get $30 off, and so I got it for $42. And I was like, you know what? To me, that's worth it. $42, because I've actually had an itch to play the second one, which I've only played once. But I thought, there's no better excuse than to play the first one again because it's a remake. So yes, I picked it up and I played the entire campaign and the DLC Left Behind. And I have to say though, graphically, I am happy they did it just because it looks incredible. The lighting, the buildings, just all the detail just looks gorgeous, completely remade. And I had a good time replaying it again, probably for at least the fourth or fifth time. So, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I was thinking of maybe selling it, going down the line, and so that way, people that want to play it but don't want to pay the ridiculous full price will have the opportunity to do so. So we'll see. Now, I think it was basically because of SSX3 on the GameCube that really got me into more of the arcade style sports games, and so I was definitely intrigued in Riders Republic as soon as I saw it. And the truth is, I signed up for GameFly. So GameFly is, a game rental service, and you have your list, and then they send you the games, you play it, you send it back. And there's a monthly fee, I think it's like $15, and there's different plans. But anyways, you can get a month free. And so I was like, I'm going to try that out and try this game. And so that's what I did. And it's a ton of fun, actually. It's like a huge open world playground, and you have bikes, and you have skiing and snowboarding and squirrel suits, just all sorts of crazy ways of getting around and just pulling off insane tricks. So yeah, it's a ton of fun. Um, I also, through GameFly, played Terminator Resistance, which, if you're a Terminator fan, I highly recommend it. Like, it's an incredible game, and I would say, try to play the enhanced version on the PS5 if you can, because it's definitely a step up from what I understand as far as load times and resolution. But the gameplay is the same on PS4, PS5, Xbox, and yeah, super super fun game. Really enjoyed it, but I, had to send it back. And then I was going to buy this because you can choose to keep the game, and they actually have pretty decent prices. Now, the only downside, though, was if you choose to keep the game, then they'll send you the case, but you have to pay for shipping. Which, I mean, I get it, but still, like, added to the cost and then the tax, and so the price they quoted you initially like goes up, not by a ton, but just with tax and shipping. So, anyways, I found this one on eBay for $18.23 out the door, so that was a cheaper option, and yeah, glad I did that. Okay, and then here's another one that I had my eye on from launch because I played Abzu, and that's a really fun, relaxing, beautiful game. Kind of in the vein of Journey, if you've never heard of it or played it. But the team behind Abzu made The Pathless, which was actually a PS5 launch title. And I was interested in it, but, there was just, a number of games that came out, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to wait on this one until it goes on sale. Well, it really hasn't gone on sale anywhere, at least that I could see, like Best Buy or Walmart or, the big chains. But then I was at GameStop, and they had a used copy for $19.99, and I had my monthly Pro Rewards $5 coupon, so used that, and I was able to get it for $16.08 out the door. So yeah, definitely a really fun game. What's different with this one is that they've added combat to it, and how you get around is really cool. You can zip around like shooting your bow and arrows, and you kind of will zip to it. And so yeah, anyways, The Pathless, incredible game from an incredible studio. Okay, and now this one was just kind of a spur of the moment. Indigo Prophecy. So this is by uh, Quantic Dream, and so that's the same studio that did Heavy Rain, um, and Detroit Become Human. And so I really, really enjoyed those games. And I don't know if this was necessarily their first one, but I think it was the first one in the same style, where it's like very cinematic, um, and just very unique. And so, anyways, this one was a what do you call it? Limited run game that Best Buy had. And so I kept waiting for it to go on sale, kept waiting for it to go on sale. And it did at one point, but it was like $5 off, and I'm like, eh. But then before I knew it, it was sold out. And so basically, with the limited run games, I think they typically don't go on sale, and if they do, it's not very much. So, if you really like it, just pull the trigger and get it, or the first time it goes on sale, grab it, because once it's gone basically, and then we all know how the secondhand market goes. But it had sold out, and I was like, well, shoot, whatever. And then one night I'm on, and I just recently viewed it, I guess, and also it said it was in stock. So I ordered it, and the next day I check, and it says it's sold out again. So I'm like, well, I guess we'll see. And then sure enough, it showed up, but then it was sold out from then on. But I was able to grab this one for, come on, $32.01. All right, now this is one that people have been talking about since it came out, and everyone was just like, "Don't sleep on this. Like, it's tons of fun. Just get it." And I kind of forgot about it, but my friend recently played it, and he was like, "Dude, it's good." And so I don't know why, but I just decided I'm gonna get it, and so I did, and that is A Hat in Time, which is a very fun, vibrant, quirky platformer, basically. There's lots to do, and just a really lighthearted, fun game. And so it happened to be on sale for $19.99 at Best Buy, and so I was like, what the heck? So I picked it up, $21.44. Now this is a game that I picked up on Black Friday because Black Friday sales. Played the campaign, sold it, but then when it was on a one-day sale at GameStop for $10, I was like, $10, might as well, because I actually really enjoyed the campaign of Call of Duty Vanguard. Yeah, I already discussed it a bit, but I just thought the campaign was pretty cool and I enjoyed it, as I do with most Call of Duty games. So yeah, $10, why not? And this was another kind of spur of the moment. Now, I love both of these games, and I always wanted to pick up this collection, but I just never did. And then I was like, you know what? It seems like it's kind of not being printed anymore, so I think I just need to grab it while it's on my mind. That is Bayonetta and Vanquish 10th Anniversary Bundle. So I'll admit I haven't played a ton of Bayonetta, but I do have it. And really cool, really unique game. But I have played and beaten Vanquish, and I love Vanquish. Like, incredible game. Really enjoyed it, and I was like, dude, there's no better excuse to jump back into it than with 4K resolution and 60 FPS. Especially the frames per second, I think, will really add to this one. So, yeah, I randomly just picked it up on eBay for $19.31. So, yeah, glad that I could just check it off the list. And then this was, I believe it was a one-day sale. Maybe it was just a really good sale. I don't know. But I had my eye on this one when they announced it. Extinction. It looked pretty cool. It looks like you are in these cities, and then you have these giants that come, and you have to take them down. And I guess it's a bit repetitive. It wasn't what everyone hoped it would be, but it still wasn't bad. But yeah, it was $5, and so it was like, okay, for $5, like, why not? I still need to open it, as you can see, and give it a whirl. But yeah. All right. Now this is one that I actually had pretty good luck with. So it is Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, which is an extremely fun game that I really like. And when I first saw it, like, I just love the art style. Like, I just think the humor is hilarious, and the graphics are incredible. And so when I first heard of it, I was like, dang, like, I want to find out more about this game. Well, this just happened to be right around when they had the PlayStation Experience in Las Vegas. And I went to that, and, they're handing out all sorts of free DLC and coupons, and then they had the presentation, and they had all these different game studios come out, and a lot of them were saying, hey, this game's free for this weekend, for the PlayStation Experience, and this is one of them. So I lucked out, and I was able to download it for free and own it outright. It's not tied to PS Plus or anything. And played dozens of hours with me and some of my roommates back in the day. So anyways, this was at a thrift store for $2. And I'm like, well, now at least I'll have a physical version so I can admire the box art. And at that same thrift store, they had Connectimals, which, one of those amazing Connect games, but $2. And so I was like, why not? It's one of the more well-known ones. Okay, and then my brother actually has been kind of thinning down his video game collection, and so I was able to buy some games off of him. And some of them were duplicates, just as backups of some of my favorites. But this is one that I did not have, and that is Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. So actually the deal worked out that I got this one for free. But, yeah, there. Now you've seen it. And you can't unsee it. Okay, so last but not least, for my physical pickups, this is one that I was really interested in because I thought what it came with was super cool. So it's Batman Arkham Origins Collector's Edition. Um, I don't know. Maybe I should have pulled out the statue. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not. But this is the one where it has the Joker, and he's leaning over this black table, and he has all these old school, televisions behind him, and it lights up, and they have all these pictures of the villains in the game. And so I always thought that statue was really cool. And I was just on eBay one day messing around, and then I saw this, and the guy had a few pictures and kind of a vague description, and so I just kind of clarified a few things, and it turns out that, basically the statue and all the collectibles that came with it were, untouched. Like, the antennas that go on top of the TVs were still in the plastic wrap. Like, nothing had been taken apart. Just the box had been opened, and they had played the game. So, yeah. Anyways, I bought this, and it was without the game, and without the Blu-ray of Necessary Evil, which is a little documentary about comic book heroes. I mean, not villains. And so I was like, So I got it for a good deal. And then it so happened that Arkham Origins for PS3 showed up on Facebook Marketplace. Like, I wanted $5. And so I picked that up, and then I found the documentary on Blu-ray sealed. And I think shipping out the door was like $4 and some odd cents. So to get it 100% complete in box cost me $104.34. And that's about the average of what it's going for. Maybe a little less for complete in box, but still, I think in the future it will be a little harder to find. But yeah, the statue is really what I was going for. And plus, it is a great game. It has a different style than Arkham City and Arkham Asylum, but still one that I really enjoyed. Now, before I wrap this up, I did have a couple of digital games that I picked up. Either they were too great a sale or they were digital only, and I felt like they deserve a shout out. So there's a game Iron Harvest, and I picked that up for $15, and it's the complete edition. So it comes with the DLC. And it's kind of like a steampunk game, and so it's an RTS of sorts. But it's more like you do control points to gain more resources. But yeah, it's really cool. And let's see, what else? We also got Moss Book 2. Now, Moss is a VR game, and it's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. It kind of battles between it and Astrobot Rescue Mission. But yeah, so definitely I was like, I'm getting this day one. Disappointed they didn't do a physical release with Book 2, because Book 1 did have one. But maybe down the road they will. But yeah, I had my coupon at GameStop, and so I was able to get some credit. And so I got it for $32.89. And it was worth every penny. It's about close to double the length of the first one. So about 7-8 hours. And continues right after the end of Book 1. And I think that they did a phenomenal job. Like, they touched up the graphics and just added more mechanics and new weapons. And yeah, I definitely had a great time playing that. And let's see if there's any others. Oh yes, I got Diablo 2 Resurrected. Big fan of the Diablo series. Played 1 and 2 growing up. Played 3. Really looking forward to 4. So I was like, you know what? It's about time I get back to 2. And obviously, with the incredible graphics, that would be fun. And so I actually had some birthday money. And so I put that towards that. So got that for $0. And then I also picked up Age of Mythology Extended Edition. So that's from the same studio that did Age of Empires, but it's Age of Mythology. So obviously dealing with the Egyptians and the Greeks and all that. And then I remember playing the campaign back in the day, and it was just like tons of fun. And I'd play multiplayer with my friends. And so the extended edition on Steam, they did like kind of up the resolution and FPS and all that. So it just adds a new coat of paint to it. And so it was on sale for, I think it was $8.99, and so I got it for $9.37. So glad to have that, and that wraps it up. So quite a few pickups. If you stuck around, thanks for doing so. Let me know in the comments if you had any cool pickups between April and now, and what you're playing. So anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, have a good one.